Hello, YouTube! Welcome back to the Compound Fracture YouTube channel, where we are building some monopoly capitalist railroad industry. Doing it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna build that industry. So, next scenario is Texas tea. And this is not a hard scenario, Texas tea, but it's one of my absolute favorites. I love this scenario. I remember exactly what it is. Let's get to it.
Nacogdoches, Texas. Nah, it didn't have much of a ring to it back in 1888 either. But that year, it put the state of Texas on an industrial track that hasn't derailed yet. Thanks to Patillo Higgins and Captain Lucas. Now, these fellers risked their entire fortunes on this little used stuff that locals called Texas tea, black gold, or maybe you've heard the name, oil. Yep, Texas had a new industry from that day on. And it didn't include cattle. Ha! Go figure.
Ha! All right. I should do more. Ha! Just for the sake of the old man. I love that voice actor, though. I don't know who did it, but man, he's great. It's big, it's dry, and it's all mine. Oh, boy. Vast lands of Texas are begging for an implementation of a well-planned transit. Texas still has some resources that are newly discovered, and tapping the dark treasure of Texas will be the key to our success. So, what do we need to do? Okay, so 50 loads of oil. What do we have here? That's personal net worth. Okay, that's going to be the hard. Personal net worth, whenever I see that, like, I'm always worried because then I tend to stretch it a bit too thin. You know, personal net worth is hard, right? Because you can over-leverage yourself and lose it all very easily on margins. So, margin calls from the bank, you know, you have to sell off all your freaking stock and lose all your money. If I'm going to lose this scenario, it'll almost certainly be because I did not do well with the personal net worth. I have to be really careful. So, we need to load coffee from Mexico to the U.S., 50 loads of oil, whatever, that's fine. And coffee from Mexico to the U.S. is a bit challenging because you need to buy rights to Mexico. That costs some money. And it's money you don't get a return on, so it's not great. And yeah, we have 30 years. That's a lot. We should be fine. We're just going to be careful in the stock market and we'll be okay. So, let's start a new company. What do we want to call our company this time, I wonder? Yes. Not Central and Southern. Let's get like, what cheesy logo do we want this time? Ooh, how about this one? How about that one? Are tumbleweeds a genuine threat to trains? I don't know, but probably, right? Tumbleweeds are a threat to most things, I think. They're like anything that tumbles, really. You can't stop them. They'll just tumble right over you. They'll like tumble you down. I don't know. It's not great. Let's call this, in honor of the tumbleweeds, this company will be called Tumble Coder, Oily Rails. Okay, I got a better idea. A slightly better idea. Tumble Coder's Oily Rail. Tumble Coder's Oily Rail. Okay, done. All right, so we don't start with very much money here. We're going to, again, take out a loan right away. We can only take one. I'm not going to issue stock right away because I'm worried about making sure my personal net worth gets real high. Don't want to issue more stock. I am into Dwarf Fortress Sachs. That's another game I haven't played in a long time, actually. I'm probably close to a year since the last time I booted up Dwarf Fortress, but I've been thinking about doing a Dwarf Fortress game at some point. I'm not bad at it. I'm not amazing, but I'm a pretty competent Dwarf Fortress player, all things considered. So, you know. Okay, so first thing to look at is oil. There's only one oil well on the map so far, and that's the deal with this game. It starts with just the one, and it's real cheap. It's only 280,000. So if we can, I'm going to want to buy that before demand spikes. What we want to do is try as much as possible to monopolize... our map's turned around. I think it's actually supposed to be that way. Yeah, because Mexico's down here. Haha, we had our map turned around. Because I think the key to this scenario is monopolizing the oil industry. And you want to start on that quick, because once demand for oil spikes, it really spikes. So these houses right now demand 0.03 barrels per day already. We might even consider just buying this right away because it will have some demand. It will make some money immediately. And you see it already has made money last year. But it won't give us that good of a return. It's possible we'll want to like dive into some other industry. We don't have much cash to start out with, so we have to be a bit picky. With that amount of cash, we can't do anything other than, if memory serves, we can do textiles or lumber. I don't think we can even afford a distillery. You might be able to. How much is a distillery? Oh yeah, 1,400. So lumber's 15. Paper, but whatever. Don't care about paper. Textiles 1,200. Tool and die is 1,600. So we could do a tool and die if we issued stock once. That's an option. So let's look at resources. See where we're at. Looking at all, there's Odessa has a lot of something for some reason, and Austin's a big resource hub right now. Consider building around Austin. Let's see what they have available here. Got a bunch of iron for some reason. There's iron demand out of this steel mill. That's why there's a steel mill in Austin. Okay. What about coal? See, there's no coal. Oh, there is coal, but there's not much coal. So this steel mill is going to have a hard time operating at full capacity. It's unfortunate. I don't think there's an easy way to take advantage of that. We can't really rely on buying steel, tool and dies around here because the demand for iron's already spiked. We could do steel and tool and die like on the American side of the Rio Grande from Piedras Negras. Shoot, stupid Spanish pronunciation. I'm not going to be one of these like streamers, by the way, who's like, I can't pronounce anything, so I'm not even going to try. I think that's kind of dumb, frankly. I think like you should try to pronounce things. It's important. That's kind of a very, very typical American thing. It's such an insular media culture in America. I don't mean that as an insult, by the way. It's just a statement of fact. America gets all of its media from America, so doesn't have as much exposure to other cultures as anywhere else in the world does. Okay, so anyway, enough about that. Lots of logs. Look at this. Look how much logs are available, including near Beaumont here. What's this? That's 2 logging camps side by side. Okay, we found our initial investment. We're going to invest in logs, and we're going to start in probably Beaumont, and then we're going to go from there to investing in oil in Nacogdoches. And we're going to run a train from Beaumont to Nacogdoches and also to Houston because it's a big population center. And we're going to go from there. So we have our plan. What are you? Oh, it's another logging camp like right in town there? Okay, that's not bad actually. So let's start by building a lumber mill down here. This is going to be really good. This is a good kind of starting thing here. We'll put it right next to the lumber camp, I suppose. I do want to buy this for 140 because it's going to go up real quick. So, and we're going to be profitable right away. So I don't normally buy stock right at the beginning because I expect the profit will come a little later once the stuff kind of connects up. But we're going to do it this time. We're going to issue stock once. 139,000. Oh, you tease me, game. We need 1,000 more. Okay, you know what? We can get 1,000 more. There. Probably shouldn't have even done that. 140,000. Okay, cool. And we can't buy more stock right now. We don't have enough of a purchasing power here. We have too much debt. So we're going to watch this, and we're going to see how quickly we can buy more shares. We want to do it as soon as possible, because we're expecting to be very profitable very quickly in this particular scenario. We could also consider buying back stock to try to give ourselves more purchasing power. Come on. So there's another railway that started. It's Austin Southern, so they're building in a really nice place. They're going Austin to San Antonio. I expect this railway is going to do very well because that's a really good run between 2 relatively large cities, and Austin has a lot of goods sitting around it. So I might want to like invest in them pretty early on too, because I might not have a chance to do it later. Unfortunately, that issuing a stock really handcuffed our ability to immediately buy more of our own stock. But that's not the end of the world. We can buy these logging camps pretty quick here. Well, we should also look at doing a paper mill soon. Let's see if we can borrow more already. No. I was thinking maybe we could because we're getting really good early returns this game. So we'll buy at least these 2 camps, and then we'll go from there. State capital construction in Austin. Nice, 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 nice. I was at that state capital once when I was like 8 years old. My father used to be a professor at the University of Texas in Austin for like just a few years, not very long. He was a astrophysicist. All right. Come on. There we go. There we go. Okay. So we got two logging camps up there. That's good. Now, demand is going to be relatively low for lumber in the near future because we're not going to be able to satisfy all this production. Like, there's so many logging camps in this neighborhood here. And that's a, you know, it's a good thing. It's tricky in some ways, but it's mostly good. And, oh, man, look, we still don't have enough purchasing power to get more of our stock. I don't love that. I think I'm going to buy back some stock. We don't have enough money. Oh, of course, we have 10,000. No, I'm not a Texan. I'm a British Columbian. I'm from Vancouver, and so is my dad. But he moved around for work. So he did his PhD in Argentina actually, and then got his position at the University of Texas. It's basically when you're involved in like hard science like that, you go wherever the department is doing the type of research you want to do, essentially. I don't love the way that's going. Okay, we can buy our own company now on margin, so let's do that. We need to like try to get as much of our company as quickly as possible before it becomes really expensive, so we can get our net worth situation. If we can. We probably don't even need to invest in our competitors much here. Like maybe we don't want to invest in them at all, actually. I'm not sure. Like, usually the path to net worth is kind of one of two things. Either you invest in other companies and then you take them over and pay a lot for the stock, so that bumps your own net worth. Or you invest a lot in your own company and then you can get a big old dividend and then pay yourself a dividend. Those are two really good ways to up your money. So we're gonna have to like choose one or both of those as time goes on here. Okay. So how about a paper mill? Paper mill is 900,000. So if we can get another loan, we can do that right away, and I'm sure we can, especially once the year turns over and we get an annual report happening, because it'll say we're doing good, because we are doing good. Come on. I don't know where that annual report went. There it is. A little while after I press pause, it comes up. That's good. Investors are pleased. Sure, of course they are. We still can't buy more of our own stock. That's a shame. We're going to issue bonds, issue bonds, issue bonds. We're going to buy back some stock to try to increase its price artificially. We want to get to the point that we can buy on margin, but I mean, I don't think we're going to get there with that method. So let's just go back to trying to be profitable here. We want a paper mill. Oh no, we already built a paper mill, right? No, that's a logging camp, right? I remember. Paper mill, please. Put it again right along the river where it can get the lumber in relatively easily. I think we should also buy... Oil refinery just appeared. Oh, I almost forgot. The game on pause for some reason. We need to look at buying oil now because it's going to go up in price real quick. This was like $350 when we started. It's already $700,000. So we kind of lost out on that. I am going to buy it anyway because I want to be a ruthless monopolist when it comes to oil. But we should have bought that first year before it reported its first earnings and went way up in value. That's a bit of a shame, but not the end of the world. We lost out on $350,000 basically in value there. We can't quite upgrade the paper mill yet. That's fine. Let's carry on. Electric plant appeared, which is good. That'll increase the demand for oil. Oh no, I cannot do the southern accent. That's for sure. When I was in Austin when I was 8, it was because my dad was visiting his friends from back in his old teaching days. he wound up not getting tenured and came back to Vancouver and became a programmer at City Hall here, managing the tax databases for the city, which is far less of a glamorous lifestyle than being a big tough scientist. But you do what you got to do. Investors are very pleased. Okay, we need to buy these things before they increase in value. That's important. Buy that and buy this one. Oh, let's look at. We can get more of our stock. In fact, we can do this twice. 3 times. 3 times is a bit risky. Let's let it go back down towards where the book value is, and then. Oh, it's not going down. Okay, 3 times. Now buy the other logging camp. This one. Okay. Let's check to see if we can get more debt. I bet we can. Yes, we can. Only like 2 more, I think. Yeah, 2 more. So what are we doing with that? We want to buy these soon, but for now, we want to upgrade our lumber mill. What about our paper mill? It is already upgraded. Okay. So let's buy these. Now let's take a peek to make sure there's not any more oil startups. Because we want to just watch oil coming up, and anytime a new well is found, we want to buy it up as quickly as possible. Continue our monopolization of the industry. Board of directors suspended the dividend. That's not ideal. So, share price is well above book value, and our purchasing power is quite low. So this is actually quite risky, right? Like, if the economy tanks right now and our share price drops here, we could lose everything quite easily. But growing prosperity makes that very much... See, growing prosperity made the share price increase by $8. If it had decreased by $8 instead, we would have been in trouble. But as it stands, we can buy another 1,000 shares on margin. We now own a quarter of our company. And I'm actually going to reinstitute a dividend to try to give ourselves a little bit more liquidity so that we can hopefully get more net worth sooner rather than later. So let's do that. Meanwhile, Beaumont is growing very quickly because of all the industry we've built here. It's now as big. In fact, Beaumont is now bigger than Houston. So that's nice. Let's watch again for oil. We'll see more of these pink triangles when more oil wells start up, but it hasn't happened yet. Meanwhile, our competitors are buying cattle ranches. Our stock split again. That's probably an opportunity to buy more of it. Investors are highly excited. That's very nice. Our profits are doing great, almost $1 million a year already. So let's buy some more shares here. Look at that increase off of the split. I don't like seeing that right away. I guess I do. More dividend, I guess. I'm okay sitting on what we're doing right now temporarily. We'll have to get the trains going soon. We own all these lumber mills. We probably want we own all these what do you call them? Lumber camps. That's what I'm looking for. We probably do want to maybe build a furniture factory if we can do that already, or a toy factory. Those are all wood. Oh, this is a toy factory, and it's making tons of toys out of our wood. It's way too expensive to buy right now. If we had noticed that this toy factory was here earlier, we could have bought it for really cheap because it wasn't making money at all, really. I mean, you can't see it here, but until we started producing lumber in town, it would have been not profitable. So let's look at buying more on margin. I like that our cash isn't that much, like our purchasing power looks okay right now is what I'm trying to say. Buy another 3,000 shares maybe. Boom times ahead, that's great. I think we're doing well in terms of net worth. That is our biggest concern for this map is net worth, and that's why we didn't want to get going too quick. We want to be a bit we need to really watch how much we own, how much of our own company we own, so that we can leverage our company to get ourselves some money later. But I want to build a furniture factory. It's the next thing. We should be able to take out more loans. Let's check it out. Oh yeah, BBB rating. Let's repay this 13. Maybe hit play for a second, get over 500,000 again. Investors are now ecstatic, which is lovely. So let's see if we can buy more again. Like, look at this. We can buy a 5K lot at this point. We're going to do that once. Now we're closing in on half of our company, but look, our share price is like more than double our book value. We need to be really cautious. We cannot use this purchasing power right now. That could put us in a terrible situation. All that has to happen is for this share price to go down in a significant way, and we'd be screwed. But our credit rating's up to AA, so we can refinance our debt at AAA at that. Oh, that's great. Look at that. We can pay down and get it back up to AAA and keep doing this. Get all our refinancing done at either 5 or 6%. Can't afford to pay that back. I'll just press play for a second. Get a little bit more money. There we go. Repay that. It's all going at 6% for some reason. I thought at AAA it should be at 5%, but I don't know. So we're just going to take a whole bunch of loans now, even if it goes up towards 9, 10%. That's fine. With all of this money, we can really increase our infrastructure and just like swim in the profit once we're done. So let's go to oil. Make sure again that no more oil wells have existed. No, they don't. We're okay. So we're not losing out on any of our monopolization potential here. We'll switch this to locked. Okay. There's not much space here, is there? Oh, we can start down here. It's not bad. We could also buy this house. Let's do that. Let's demolish this house. So demolishing that house will cost us 20,000. We don't care. 20,000 is fine. Oh, it still won't let us build there? Have to demolish another house? Okay. There we go. Demolishing buildings costs whatever the value the game assigns to the building is. So what we're essentially doing is buying the house from the people who own it for like a slightly above market rate, basically. And you buy the businesses you demolish for whatever the market rate is. Oh, I kind of did that a little bit awkwardly. I'm going to do it a bit better. I want to go on a good angle here. That looks better. Okay. Flexible, please. Huh. Well, let's go with the bigger station. This town will become big over time, I'm pretty sure. And we'll build a train immediately between the two. Not going to use the Shay. The Shay is the train that I really wanted to have to go across the mountains last scenario. It's great in the mountains, but it's terrible on flat land. Instead, we want the consolidation. So we'll do that. Then we'll put in some repair and water and sand stuff. Then we'll do a second train that'll go from Beaumont to Houston. We were going to build a furniture factory. I forgot about that, but we should still do that. Still a very good idea. Okay. So, a furniture factory. Oh, furniture factory. A station in Houston is what I want. And then another train. Beaumont to Houston. Done. Now let's do the furniture factory. That's good. Upgrade right away. I think we'll want another lumber mill soon as well. I also want to do I want to get a head start. Okay. So, one of the main goals is to haul 50 loads of oil, right? So what I'd like to do in an ideal world is put like some oil refinery or something in Nacogdoches so that we can just refine the oil locally. But that's not a great idea because we need to be hauling oil rather than just refining it in the same place we pull it out of the ground. So instead, I'm going to build an oil refinery in Beaumont. And that way we'll be forced to ship the oil from Nacogdoches to Beaumont to be refined. And that will let us win the gold medal. So let's do that. Oil refinery is really expensive. In fact, we can't afford it despite all of our vast wealth. So we're going to wait a little while. And once we hit 2,700, we should, or 2.7 million, we can do it right away. I am still very hesitant to buy more stock right now. Our book value is so much lower than our share price, even though our share price keeps going up. like, that scares me. If the economy has a downturn right now, we could be in serious trouble. An 8-wheeler is a really nice train. Another thing to be thinking about, by the way, is I'm pretty sure at this point, or if not at this point in the very near future, all the things that accept iron, like the tool and die, are going to start requiring steel. So we got to stay away from stuff like tool and die and iron industry unless we're sure we can get the steel industry going. I think I might invest in these companies a little bit. I might just go 5K, because even though that is scary, that is dangerous with that purchasing power, if we're spread out, we can sell out of these without ruining our value in our main company, and that should help. Meanwhile, I'm going to like dramatically increase the dividend here. Okay, that's all they'll let me do. That's fine, and I'll build the oil refinery, and I'll really hope that stock market spending spree isn't going to tank me. Okay, sure. Because like the almost 2 million in debt right now. Okay, it's split. I saw the price go down. I was like, oh my God, is there like some economic downturn? Has it destroyed me? But no. But you can see even there, our purchasing power went way down. This debt situation is trouble. Potential trouble. As long as investors remain ecstatic about our performance, though, we'll be fine. So let's see if we can refinance debt again. Not really refinance, but we'll do our best. We'll just borrow the remaining 1.5 million that it'll let us borrow at a high interest rate. And then we will build a second lumber mill that'll increase the profits of our logging camps. And that's really the biggest reason to do that. It'll also lower the price of lumber for our furniture factory, but that's a secondary issue. I think we probably want to double up this track around Belmont because we have 2 trains competing for it. So let's do that before we do anything else. We'll just do a little double track right like that. That'll help them out. And we're almost there. There we go. Upgrade the lumber mill. Good stuff. Now the demand for logs is really spiking. We own all of these logging camps, and we're making like 41,000 last year on this, and that was an initial 140,000 investment. So that's somewhere around a 30% return, and that's good. So I've seen better, but it's good. Meanwhile, this oil refinery is barely getting any oil, but that will change. I saw this log demand. I was like, oh my God, if that many. Oh, hey. It's a new oil well. We can't sleep on that. Got to buy it right away. Only 370 right now. That's good. We had to pay 700,000 for the other one because it had started to be profitable. So our other one's making like 87,000 a year. So buying this for 300,000 again, we'll already be making like a 30% return, give or take. So that's great. And it'll help because we can ship more oil down to Beaumont. We've probably already shipped a little bit, I would imagine. Yep, we've shipped 6 cars already. That's great. That's wonderful. We're well on our way. So once we make a whole bunch of money... Oh, and look at this. This railroad connected to Houston, to our line in Houston. We would have much rather build this track ourselves because we could have charged money for them to use it. Oh, well. Okay. Mexico has expressed interest in having us expand rail system into that country. If we agree to do so, they will reduce their access cost to 95% to a token 50,000. But if we do not connect in 5 years, we must pay a 2.5 million penalty. I think we can do it. I think we can be absolutely sure that we can connect within 5 years. So let's do it. And that way we can get a cheap access to Mexico. I think it would have cost us 2,000 otherwise, or 2 million, I mean. So that'll save us a lot of money, but it means we got to get on a move, get going with it, Get a move on is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so like this Austin-San Antonio rail line, I mentioned near the beginning, I thought they'd do very well, and indeed they are doing very well. They have more than half the profit we do, and considering how well we're doing, that's pretty good, right? So maybe I should invest heavily in them. Maybe we should look at buying them out at some point. But I'm not too concerned about it. I think I'm just going to like focus on monopolizing oil and getting to Mexico via the Gulf route through Victoria and Corpus Christi and so on to get into Monterey. So I'm not super concerned, I guess. I will buy them, though. This is them, right? This is Austin Southern? Yeah. So let's buy 5,000 more shares. We now have almost as much as their largest shareholder. Meanwhile, I think we can afford to buy 5,000 more in our own company. I still don't like that terrible discrepancy between share price and book value, though. But let's do it. Let's increase our dividend again. Our dividend keeps lowering because we keep spending all our money, and then the board goes, oh no, we don't have enough money to pay a dividend. So, oh well. But that'll make us a lot of cash. So pretty quick, we're gonna start expanding our railway down this way. So let's buy rights to Mexico. 50,000, done. Okay, we have rights now in Mexico. Engineers develop suspension bridges. Okay, okay. So you can see how once we get to this red rail off of the black rail, we're gonna have to be paying fees. So one thing I'm gonna do, a little cheaty face, we're gonna like put a couple of maintenance buildings in here, which will trap enemy cars on our own rail line for some time, so that we can exploit them for fees. It'll be beautiful. And then we will extend our own rail like that. I'm just gonna do that so we get it off at the right angle, and then I'm gonna delete this bit because we don't want it. And then we'll go from there. So we're going to Victoria. We have a lot of cash right now. I'm just going to hit pause. Oh, actually, first I'm going to check to see if there's new oil wells, because we always want to check that. Nope, there's still just the two. And we own them both. Okay. So let's build a bridge here. Done. Bad placement of this, whatever it is, this iron mine. Okay, so something kind of like... Come on. Find the spot. You know what? Screw it. Do that. Do that. Do that. Okay. And then along to Corpus Christi. Spring break destination, Corpus Christi. The Redneck Riviera. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, well that's fine. A little bit weird and windy, but that's okay. We like weird and windy around here. Is there really no place I can put a station? Oh no, really? Okay, well let's start demolishing houses until something works out for us. We can afford a couple houses. So yeah, something like that seems fine. And then we could go via Laredo, or we could go via McAllen. I'm not sure which is better. How much total goods do each have? McAllen seems to be loaded down with goods, so let's go via McAllen. Notice, by the way, all the goods running right along the river there, the Rio Grande. Like goods like traveling along rivers. They like it a lot more than either ocean or land travel. And it takes off less value when it's going along a river. Okay, good stuff. Now we're going to turn around and go towards Monterey, Mexico, with our newfound rights. Let's turn on the grid. Okay, I see where the valley is now. Oh, and we're out of cash. A bit surprised about that, actually. I thought we had a lot of cash. I wouldn't have gone all the way down here if I'd realized we were going to run out. I guess I should have realized that was a lot of track we just built. So that seems fine. Put in a station here. Monterey's a real big town. Won't be able to fit the whole town even with a large station, unfortunately. So I guess that's better. Okay, now let's start building trains. Oh, we didn't build a station in McAllen. That's fine. We'll build it now. I guess we don't have enough cash. Again, I do want to do a large one. Mexican government thanks me. You're welcome, Mexico. Okay. We'll just do a train along each of these segments. What do I like better? I think I like the consolidation. It's a bit cheaper, and it's a bit better once we start getting grades and lots of cars. So far less top speed. The 8-wheeler would be amazing if we wanted specifically a passenger and mail express route, but consolidation's better for what we're using it for. And our dividend's been suspended, but we're not too concerned about that. So clothing is coming out of Monterey right now. Okay, another train. Oh, I see there's another station missing. Actually, I think I want to do this as a McAllen, Corpus Christi, Victoria, and like all three. It makes sense because none of those are big cities. So there won't be too much in terms of cargo and passengers that end in any of these cities. It'll just be kind of through traffic mostly. So we'll do that. Go up to 8. All stations. Consolidation. Buy. One more from Houston to Victoria. Consolidation. 08. There. Buy. Now maintenance facilities. Very important. Not to be forgotten. So maybe at Monterey. And then Corpus Christi. And then we already have one on that side of Houston. So we're good. That's all the stuff we need to do. Let's check our stock prices. We should also be watching for oil again. Let's watch for oil. Still only the 2. It's a bit surprising at this point. I thought it'd be a bit more than that. We now have lots of purchasing power. See, our share price has actually come down relative to our book value. It's balancing out a lot more now. But it hasn't fallen in absolute terms. It's just because our book value is going way up right now. So let's buy 5,000 shares. Oh man, this company's doing so good. This Austin and San Antonio Railroad. Buy another 5,000 of that. We're now the leading shareholder there, and we'll buy another 5,000 of this, even though it's not doing too well. We might want to take it over later. We'll see. We have almost half of the shares in this Dallas Western already. All Dallas Western is doing is going Dallas to Fort Worth and back and forth. And that's super, super low profit because all the goods can move across land that short of a distance without losing much money. So you're never actually going to get big differences in value in that short of a distance, right? So that's just a dumb place to build the railroad. A Camelback, okay. San Antonio Austin is just far enough away that it's a lot better than that. Meanwhile, look at how big Beaumont's become. It's become one of the biggest cities in Texas. Beautiful. Nacogdoches still is very small. That's okay. Maybe we should be looking at making alcohol, something like that. Let's pause the game and take a peek at industry, see what's happening here. We want to look for grain. Oh, look at this. There's an area here where grain's really cheap. But there's not that much in terms of farms. Like we could do a brewery in Tulsa and buy these local farms, but I don't know. It doesn't seem all that helpful. How about produce? There's no produce on this map at all, it seems. That's fine. Wool. Oh yeah, there's lots of wool. Let's do some wool, especially now that we can build in Mexico. We can do a clothing empire centered in Langtree here. That seems good. Or what's up here? That's mountains. Oh yeah, don't really want to use up there. Okay, Langtree it is. Langtree will be home to our new clothing empire. So we'll start with, I'll just get the initial textile mill set up, the first one, and then we'll unpause right away and carry on from there. So there's a textile mill, upgrade. I'll save our pennies. Okay, sure. We'll buy the local farms. Buy the local farms. Over here. All right, buying farms. That's all of them, I think. Yeah, that's good. Now, we probably want to actually double textile mill in this town, and then we'll want to run rail, probably to San Antonio, actually. So our stock split again. Investors are excited. That's not as good as they were last time. They were ecstatic before. So that's not ideal. But we are making almost 3 times the profit of the next leading railroad, and our track mileage is doing well, too. Look at our stats, by the way, here. we're worth $6 million, which is what we wanted to see. But in terms of cash, we're negative $4 million, which is so dangerous. Like I can't overestimate how dangerous that is. So I'm going to, instead of continuing to build here, I'm going to go back to upping the dividend, as we've already done a few times here. So let's make our dividend as high as it can be, and then we'll just sit on money for a while. Recession ahead. Okay, I'm scared now. We can always buy back stock. We might have to buy back stock and artificially increase our price. Look, our share price is now gone down. It's almost as low as our book value. This is what we wanted to avoid, and we have not avoided it. So, I don't know. I think we're probably going to end up having to just spend tons of money buying back stock to artificially increase the price and keep ourselves out of the hole. I'm going to sell 1,000 shares of each of those. Sell 1,000 of my own shares, maybe? That's probably a mistake, though, actually, to sell my own. Because we own so much of the railroad that the decrease in share price from selling will equal out to whatever we make out of it. Economy crashes. Okay, we're in trouble. Sell. 623. Oh, God, I'm so worried about this. As long as we keep our dividend really, really, really high, we can probably ride this out. The trouble is, though, of course, when we start just spending all our money servicing a dividend, it ends up also tanking our share price. So our purchasing power is back up to $1 million. The dividend is paying off. Our debt has gone from $4 million down to 3.3. Meanwhile, our purchasing power is not it bottomed out around 600,000. Investors are now neutral about my performance because the bad economy has done damage. Let's check for oil again. We do want to buy oil still when it shows up, even if we're worried. I might have over-leveraged here. I could easily imagine that I might have made like a catastrophic error and taken on too much debt here personally. But our share price is now very close to our book value. And that's a good thing to see. And better times ahead means we're okay. Look at that, we're okay. And our share price is now recovering. I think it's a good time to buy on the way up. We're buying low and selling high. That's our goal. The economy is recovering. We're going to buy now, even though we were terrified that we bought too much only a few minutes ago. May seem counterintuitive, but you buy on the way up for sure. So that's good. There's still only 2 oil wells. How are we doing for time and goals? So we're supposed to haul 50 loads of oil and 30 of coffee. We've hauled 31 oil and 6 coffee. We're only year 10 out of 30. Our personal net worth is almost half what it needs to be. So we're doing wonderful. Like we got this. The only way we're going to crash and burn is through crashing out of personal debt. And I don't know, maybe I shouldn't have bought this stock a minute ago. Maybe we should be using an abundance of caution. I don't know. I do feel pretty good about this, though. So let's turn our attention back to this clothing industry we were building. It's time to do that, I think. So did we buy all of these local wool farms? I think we did. We bought those too. Yeah. Okay, so let's build another clothing factory here to jack up the price of wool. So Textile Mill. Right next to the other one is good. And let's connect up. I don't know what... Probably straight from San Antonio, I'd imagine. Investors are now pleased. Yeah, San Antonio to whatever the hell this is, the Uvalde. Okay. And then Acuna, and then Langtree. Okay, let's do that. So we're gonna go from their station, I think. Yeah, we might as well go from their station rather than building our own. We'll pay a little bit in terms of fees, but it's fine. Okay. Got a bit of a valley here with the Rio Grande, as it goes. We're gonna have some slope on the far side. That's okay. Not the end of the world. Maybe like that. And we're out of cash. Oh, look at our purchasing power. It's recovering. It's going up like a bullet here. We could buy 25,000 shares in our company right now. That's not essential. At this point, our net worth is on track to be where we need it to be. So I'm far less concerned about trying to, squeeze every possible dollar of net worth out of our company, like I was earlier. So let's go up to Langtree, and we'll build. I'm going to build a large station here because I expect the town to grow as we build more industry in it. And I think we need a large station for Acuna too, because it's real spread out for some reason. Yeah, we totally do. Oh well, it's fine. And then Uvalde's can get away with a medium station, probably. I mean, it's missing one house, but whatever, it's fine. Now we want one train like that, I think, and make that a consolidation, I guess. Still, probably. Do we have a better option? Is Camelback better? Not really. No, consolidation's still the best train, I think. Yeah, sure. And, yeah, I don't care if you reduce the dividend. Not concerned about that right now. And then we'll just do a dedicated train going Langtree to Acuna, because we're going to have so much... we'll make that a cheaper one, though. We'll make that a Camelback, because we're going to have so much clothing coming out of here. Yeah. Good enough. So how does wool look now? See, now we're generating a lot of demand for wool, and the price is going up. Our farms are starting to be profitable. Investors are back to being very pleased. Our profits have rebounded from the low of about 2 million that they'd hit at one point. Let's pause again and look for oil. Oil. Oh, now there's 3. So hopefully we got this one in time. If we did, it'll be 300. Nope, we did not. This has been operating for more than a year without us noticing it, so we're going to have to pay more than we'd like for it. That's okay. Got to do what you got to do. Too bad we didn't notice. Meanwhile, how's our credit going? It's A at a prime rate of 7. We could refinance some of these now. I'd rather wait for the economy to improve slightly more, though, before doing that. Maybe that's greedy. I don't know. Meanwhile, I'll buy 5,000 more shares of each of these because our purchasing power is now almost equaling our debt. So I think we can get away with that, and that. Notice our purchasing power remains the same because all of our share prices increased as a result of us buying 5,000 in each company. Now we have all we'll ever need of Dallas Western. We have a majority. Meanwhile, we're barely keeping pace with Cyrus here in the Austin-San Antonio Railway. He's doing great. So this is an interesting thing. At this time in history, 1900, the train cars get bigger. So it's tricky, right? Like, because I've got all these trains that are hauling 8 cars, and they're going to go much slower now, unfortunately. That's okay. I think it. Even though these trains will be slower than I like, I'm just not going to worry too much about it. We're hauling mostly freight. Oh, I say that now. I see all these passengers and mail here. That's interesting. Maybe I should be more cautious and get faster trains that haul more cars better. Like a Camelback, maybe. Oh, like look at these speeds. These speeds drop off so quickly at this with the bigger cars. Consolidation's still probably the best though. Maybe I should be lowering all of these trains now to 6 cars max. I think that's probably a good idea. Let's do that. Let's go through all of our trains and lower them to 6 max. Let's pause the game to do it, because, yeah. So we've done that one. 6 max. 6. This one's on fire. Yep. That one's on fire. We can't change it now. All right. So how are we doing for goals? Coffee and oil. Oil 53. We've actually hauled all of the oil that we need to haul for the entire game now. Coffee, we're only 10 out of 30 that we need, and our personal net worth is nearing what it needs to be. So what we need to worry about now is how are we going to get more coffee hauled? I mean, we're on pace to do it without making any changes at all, but we might as well make changes and get it going faster. Oh, look at all this coffee. Look at all that coffee. So much coffee. We need to haul it from Mexico, I guess, specifically. So we'll replace this with a consolidation, or yeah. Now that they're hauling much heavier cargo, they're breaking down a lot more. I think that's how it works anyway. So, oh, and that's this train too from Monterey. So let's do some, let's just focus on coffee for a second here. We're gonna add a train from Monterey to Houston. It's gonna be an express. It's gonna be an 8-wheeler, so it's fast. And its cargo, this direction only, is gonna be 4 out of 4 coffee. Okay. So that's our coffee train. We're gonna make that fast, and it's waiting for more cargo. We might make 1 or 2 more of these. And then meanwhile, we're gonna do a second train, and its entire goal is gonna be to pick up coffee and deliver it to Monterey, I suppose. But we don't want to do that yet, because we need the price in Monterey to spike a bit more first, I guess. How else could we make this happen? Because, like, Houston has huge demand for coffee. If we get it all the way up to Houston, it'll work. And there goes that coffee train. Let's duplicate it. Like so. I feel like there's some issues here. Like, look at these trains don't have any maintenance. What happened here? Oh, we never built maintenance facilities on this line. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. Let's fix that, right? Let's put those in. And then here. Fixing the maintenance issue. Very important. Okay. So, what now? More coffee. Replace this. So many crashes lately. It's not good at all. So now the demand for coffee is increasing in Monterey because of the trains that we're hauling it away with. I'm tempted to do... Yeah, let's just do this. Let's, yeah. Do a little coffee thing here. This will go to the coffee. So we'll want a medium-sized station, maybe? Oh, really? So that was a bit of a mistake, actually. I should have done this a bit differently. Let's plow this. And put it, like, right up against this coffee farm here. And then we'll put a small station there. Oh, is that not in range? Did I screw that up? I did. Oh, shoot. I wanted it to be in range of that. Damn it. Okay, I'm going to pause. Probably should have looked at that. Don't care right now. Are you going to let me upgrade? You're not? Really? The hell? Oh, oh, right. That's not how you upgrade. I forgot. Okay. Here. Click there. Upgrade to medium. Fine. Good enough. Now it'll fit. Yeah. Now we're fine. Now we're going to do one more coffee train. It's going to be a camelback. It's going to go from there to there. And whatever from Monterey, I don't care. But from this junction, we're going to do 8 out of 8 coffee. So this one's just going to sit at that coffee farm and just get all the coffee and then deliver it to Monterey. And then once it gets to Monterey, we're going to ship it all to Houston. And I think that should work. I think that should slightly increase the coffee delivery. Won't make us any money, mind you, but whatever. We got tons of money. Look at Beaumont. Four frickin' stars in size. Let's look for oil again. Oil. Oil. Still only the 3. Oh, there's more down here now in Houston? I didn't notice that. Uh-oh. That's $1 million? No, boy. Okay. I don't really want to buy these for $1 million. I wasn't paying attention clearly. I didn't expect them to pop up in Houston. $1 million? $1 million? Yeah, I don't want to buy those for $1 million. That's too much. So we're not going to actually monopolize the industry. But what we are going to do is upgrade our oil refinery, and we'll make as much money as we can refining the oil at least. So that'll be good. Where is it? That's a toy fact. Where's our oil refinery? We did build an oil refinery, right? Did I just, like, totally forget to do it? Oh, no, this is it. Aha. So it's running at full capacity. Now it's upgraded. Now it'll do 16 a year. But we've already hauled 50 loads of oil, so we don't really care about trying to expand oil more. Like, we're not worried about that. We're fine. Hauling plenty of oil. So now we'll build the railway up to Shreveport. Shreveport. Home of the pirates once upon a time. Hands up if you remember the pirates. I bet no one does. The Shreveport Pirates. They were a football team. Guess which league? Okay. Might be someone who's Canadian who actually remembers that. Probably no Americans will remember what the Shreveport team was. Bit of a mystery I'm giving you all. Tell me which league. Which league did Shreveport have a football team in? A professional team. I think we're doing great. I think we're going to win this very soon. Our personal net worth is now more than what it needs to be. Our oil hauled is more than what it needs to be. The only thing we have left is coffee. We need 13 more coffee hauled, and we're less than halfway through. So, I mean, we're so okay. Well, look at all this oil on that train. That is an oil train. Our stock is split 2 for 1 again. We don't care right now at all. Like, we're just... Look at that. Our profit, like, doubled in that period. That's good. So let's build another coffee train. Another one specifically for coffee from Monterey to Houston. That's waiting for more cargo. Meanwhile, this little train that we built here, like, it's just sitting here, but it's already got 3 cars of coffee, and it'll get more soon. And if we look at the coffee demand map, I'm hoping that that's made an impact putting this station here, and it'll start drawing coffee from around the area. We'll see. Coffee. Yeah, it's made a small impact, not a big one. We might do a second one of these. Let's do a second one of these. So we'll put a line going out this way to this coffee factory that is, or coffee farm that's owned by our competitors. Is that true? Are you owned by our competitors? That's a cotton farm. Okay, that's the coffee farm. All right. We don't care about your cotton farm competitor. Put a little station right next to it. And then run a train. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to do this a bit more simply. I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to copy it. But then do that, and then... oops. What am I doing? All. Get rid of that, and then change to that, and maybe this isn't easier. I don't know. It probably isn't at all easier. Okay, whatever. Coffee. Fine. And nothing if you want. Yeah. Good. That wasn't at all easier, was it? No. Certainly not. So do that. Now we have two trains that are just going to sit at these 2 little stations waiting for all the coffee. And at some point, we can just manually activate them and tell them to go. Might have been a mistake to tell them to wait for 8. Like, that's kind of a lot, right? Like, this one's got 5, and it's been sitting there for a long time. But I like having just the collection points, so they can take all the coffee from those farms while they're sitting there. Investors are excited. That's good. Yeah, let's tell this guy to just move along, maybe. Minimum 4, buddy. Okay. You too. Just wait for 4. Don't wait for 8. That was always a little bit silly. It was too much. 4. So he'll still be waiting a little while. These trains are super, super slow, though. I should probably have put them on... in fact, I should do that now. You go on the slow... whatever that is. Low priority. Bringing the coffee to Monterey. You... also low priority? Oh, you already are? Really? Electric trains introduced? Sure. Oh, this one I did not change to low priority. There we go. Hey! Well, bowl me over and call me Daisy. You've done rustled yourself up a mighty fine win. Hats off to you. And again, we did it in like half the time that was available to us. Like, not much more than half. I think we did this one in like 16 years out of the 30 we had available, or something like that. So we are killing it, people. We're killing it. And speaking of killing it, I'm going to kill this here YouTube video. This YouTube video is officially dead to me. And I hope it's dead to you too, because it's about to end. So it's really good if we all reach a point of acceptance about that. And I invite you back next time. Come back next time. Come back next time. We'll have more Railroad Tycoon. But until then, good night, everyone. Bye-bye.